All right. So I promise I'm not high. I just scratched my eye and there it is. It's really red. So, okay. I've got notes. The words that that were, whew, okay. Let me collect my thoughts. So, I got some words this morning when I was writing, which I try to do again every morning. And I don't actually have the book on me. It's downstairs. Off the cuff. I know there was calm. There was treaty. I don't know what the word slub means. Reminds me of slug, but slub with a B. And there was one word that I scribbled that I couldn't read. That it started with an S. I think those are, there are more. I can't remember them though. So I wrote notes when I got home because I listened to, well, I'm sure like we all did, right? We watched what happened last night, yesterday, and it's so sad. And I don't know. It could have been really beautiful. It could have been pretty beautiful. And it's not that it wasn't beautiful. I mean, everything's beautiful in its own way, but I suppose tell that to someone who's lost their child, but just blah. And then I'm on looking at everybody. Oh, wow. I'm looking at everybody and what they have to say, and observing and all that stuff. And I've got, so okay, let's go here. I read, sweet Jesus, that's 2:52. Okay. I read a tweet last night from someone I respect as far as information goes, and it was calling for Kelly Loeffler, who I was talking about in one of my other videos. I can't remember whether it was one or two back, but how anybody who has been paying attention knows what she did, and to support that is to, it makes no sense to me. And so it's like people have just freaking lost their mind, or memory even. It's, anywho, I saw the tweet last night about Kelly Loeffler and how she, she changed her mind, and surprise, and that person that was tweeting, wanted to, she said, well, she put it out there as if it was, I don't know. I guess I was really surprised because it absolutely put everybody into that victim mode. Like, you did that to me, instead of everyone taking accountability for being duped into doing stuff that they did. And that seems like the whole theme that's happening around all of it. It seems that no one is actually taking accountability. I mean, and that goes levels deep, right? And we can only do our best, but people aren't even calling for, not even mentioning it to put it into someone's purview. Hey, you might want to actually not put that on someone else. And you. It was you. And I sort of feel, and I'm not sure how I'm putting it together right now, but I'm sort of feeling like that is the whole how they get you to agree to things. I don't know. It's certainly a trend for sure. I mean, it always has been, but even more so now. It's like even people who think I don't know, there's a way to do the things that we want to do using our minds and our energy. And it's so gotten away from that. It's totally hijacked. Totally. Okay, so notes. They are long. Really long. Really long. I was actually going to say something else, but I watched Frank's show and he said it, so I now can't say it. Because it sounds like I'm taking what he said. I'll say it, but just knowing that he said it after I had written it. He's freaking psychic, I think. I think he is. Too many times that stuff's happened. So, alright. So my notes is remember who you are and that we allow ourselves to get caught in the current. And we have that choice to go with it or to fight against it. And I think a lot of this probably came from this show that I listened to tonight. Yeah, it was the Higher Side Chats with Gordon White, who I love. And it was really beautiful. It was gorgeous in how he was able to, he had some dark stuff that he had to go through, which I think all of us who are honest with ourselves have also done. And in regards to 2020, sorry. And he didn't have an easy time with it, but he got to that point where he was able to surrender and move forward. I suggest listening to it, at least the hour show on YouTube. It's pretty amazing how he states some stuff. So completely resonated. I often do. Gordon White, he's really great. He's really great. And he called Greg out, so that was good. So yeah, remember who you are. And then, yeah, that surrendering. There is change. It is happening. We don't know what it is. We can think that we know what it is, and we can fight against it. That's what Frank said. It was, what you resist persists. And I can't, right here. The more you resist, the more that will be created in the now moment. And then time is created by each of us in every moment, in every thought and choice. So it's kind of like that quantum space where it's all happening at once. And so the sooner that we create, the sooner there is change, and the sooner we're able to accept this and surrender, the better our integration can be. Integration / initiation, depending on how you want to look at it all. But it's, we're really being called. I keep wanting to re-listen to those videos that I did with the cards that kept pulling out the ripples with the hands. Really being called to let go of the control and just be. I had a thought today when I'm going to be jumping around a lot, but I had a thought today when I was listening to the first half of Frank's show and on Twitter, and I was thinking, I was like, what if we were all able to just be quiet? And so I wrote on Twitter, which, you know, you have to kind of link all of the things that I do to even know what the fuck I'm thinking. Or even get close to somewhere what I'm thinking, but I wrote, shh. Because how amazing would it be if we could just stop? If we could just stop giving them or feeding into whatever energy this is. Which is interesting because last night I pulled out this. Kane actually showed me these, and thank you so much. I got them. I haven't read the book yet, like I don't with most of the books, or most of the cards. This came, and it was so interesting to me. It was this blob. It says alienness, and non-humanoid, and parallel. But this energy, Gordon and I a couple days ago, I said it's this demiurge, right? Like, it's just, how great would it be if we could be quiet and not feed into all of the stuff? I mean, I'm sure we'd get farther because, you know, quieting ourselves and allowing ourselves to think is pretty great. So much stuff can come through. And I'm just generally pretty freaking happy when I'm able to do that. So, okay, accountability. I think I've already touched on that. Dig deep into the larger ripples you are creating and are able to create. So each, you know, obviously each one of our moments, our thoughts, creates more. And while I feel like that anybody that's going to watch this understands this, what is it? What was the thing that he said in that? You know, just being here, able to talk, is enough. It's great. Who's to say that it's not going to affect something so much? That was the screen going a little darker. I wonder why that did. So accountability in our actions. I know, like today and every day almost, I have to say, this isn't real. And I have a choice. I have a choice to be unhappy. I have a choice to flip the fuck out. And I have a choice to go in love and heal and teach and, you know, be the energy that I know that I am. I have that choice. It's so easy to get caught up in the stuff. And that's on the back page. But okay, so how can we be more in unison to mindfully create with one another? Which is kind of touching with that whole shh. I feel like we'd be able to connect in a really solid electric way if we could organize something like that. Not necessarily even meditation, just pulling back and anchoring in our strength. Yeah, kind of remember who you are. So regardless of, so having more unison and mindfully create regardless of what and who is going on externally. There's only you and me, us and we. And I preach that not preach, but I say that all the time on Twitter. Yeah, it's only us. Everything else is a distraction. We are the propelling force that creates What is? And that's what I wrote on Twitter too. He said something in the beginning of that show that I was talking about. What if the crisis, and I think this actually came from Catherine Austin Fitts, who he's referring to, but what if the crisis is how we handle the crisis? Which is a perfect example of our actions, our behavior, our accountability. This is what ripples out into the world and for each other. I mean, you're really just making it harder for the collective. We are just making it harder for us to do what we're trying to do. Or what I think most of us are trying to do. Or what we say we're trying to do. So, and then the more I use this, and I want that. So our energy is our currency. Is our way. We flow, we rise, we fall. We are in tune with the breath of our sister Earth. How poetic and so sweet. Aw, I love me. There's a lot of energy being put forth and not harnessed in the balanced way, in a balanced way. I keep seeing like vampires. It's like this energy suck. Like this aura kind of being drained out. It's the smoke. I'm saging a lot. And then conservative attachment. That phrase came up. I think it was in one of these cards. But conservative attachment. I don't quite know what that means yet, but obviously I want to attribute that conservative part with the political paradigm initially. So conservative attachment. I wonder, I just saw USA. I wonder if that means the, that resist part, the resisting of things. Okay. And most of us went into this knowing that it was probably absolutely not going to be something that we immediately saw. That we are not doing this for ourselves. At least in this life, right? But this isn't a year's thing. This is much larger, much longer if we're doing time, right? It's just, I get so, I shouldn't get critical, but that's the word that was coming to my head, critical internally of people when I see, I'm so tired of this. I'm ready to give up. What the hell is going on? Because this is nothing. It's something. Obviously, everything is something, but this is, this is not going to be over anytime soon. In my opinion, obviously. Everything on this channel is going to be my opinion. But, so there's that. And then I said I was going to, after reading all of those, telling you the words that I remembered coming in the brain from this morning, I was going to pull a Rebel card and see what came out. It's so interesting. There's so many times that I want to say other things. But I'm like, it's only like a 5-second video if I say that, you know? But I'm not good enough to write down all the things to bring back. And I don't have any time at work. I am like a robot at work. I am nonstop at any given moment. Nonstop. I feel, I think I probably said this is like an octopus. With all of the tentacles in all of the different places. And my mind, I wish they had like a, I'm not going to say that. No, I don't mean it. So, you know, sometimes when I read stuff, a lot of times actually when I read stuff or I hear things and I don't agree with it, I instantly say I do not consent, because what I've done is I've taken that information in and I have processed it in my subconscious, and I make sure to say I do not consent or I don't agree, to make sure that my wires are still connected. It's very interesting. Gordon has tapped into that mind control thing that's happening. And I'm glad that someone else sees it. But I'm not sure that he means it in the way that you or I would think about it. Initially, anyway. Okay, so collect it. And then I'll read from the book and then we'll be done. So this card showed itself multiple times. This is card number 14 and is going beyond normal. Just got little buttons there. Sewn together, all of us coming together, creating this light bulb moment. Maybe. Let's see what we got. I've got 2 cards turned upside. Oh my. This, to me, instantly says raising consciousness. Because this one came out. Oh no, this one came out. You saw her eyes are closed. It looks like she's been crying, right? Transitioning, growing, emitting. And it's 42. The word wants to be written. And then this one, her eyes are opened. There are gears happening. Uh-oh. It happened again. Gears happening in this one. Has her crown coming together to the aha moment. I don't know. We'll see what it says. But interesting in that. Okay. We've got after the storm. "19. Dream a beautiful dream." And then 42. The word wants to be written. And then on the bottom, 14. Going beyond normal, which is gorgeous. There's nothing after that. So that is the message. Sun energy here, huh? Number 1, after the storm. Okay. There is a thunderstorm about. It is either headed your way or just passing through now. Don't make a thunderstorm mean more than what it is, though. You don't have to fear it. You might feel excitement about it. After all, a thunderstorm is just nature's way of gathering energy together that needs to be released. With the release of tension, relief, freedom soon will follow, often with a fresh perspective and perhaps a gift of promising, hopeful vision for the future. Perhaps if the particular storm building within you or around you is causing you to quake in your boots. It might be a storm of building emotions, threatening to erupt and already exploding, seemingly beyond your conscious control. You might feel an uncomfortable sense of emotional or physical pressure within, and if something doesn't happen and soon, you fear you might burst. You may also sense that these are forces operating beyond your control, and you would be right. There is, in life and in the creative process, a need to allow for wild storms. There will be those precious moments of peace beforehand, and the release and revitalization that follows. Yet the storm in the middle is essential. It is a natural part of the creative process. Without this building and releasing of energy, we would suffer from boredom and stagnancy. You may prefer the excitement of the storm, or the fresh, open feeling that accompanies its clearing. You may find it comforting to be faced with the power of something in which you can only participate rather than control. Either way, the storm wisdom offers you the gift of bringing things to a head and clearing them away so that the energy can be freed from a pattern that has had its day and is ready to become something new. Sometimes the pressures that fuel the storms of our lives have been building up for a long time without us being fully aware of it. It might be pressure from our own minds creating unnecessary burdens upon us, such as burdens of fear or self-doubt. It could be pressure to appear a certain way or to fight against life out of a mistaken belief that this is necessary for survival. Sometimes the pressure is a little more than the impossible dream of perfection and a need to gently or even with great dramatic flourish cast that aside so that you can dare to be what you are and create from your heart. Even if you are not sure what the storm is about, don't lose confidence in your ability to successfully bear its progression until you are safely at the other side of the experience. Even amongst the chaos of change and in the moments of anxiety, know that you have so much light and trust in your heart that you can see the storm is but a passing process and nothing that need worry you. If you can't sense the storm yet, this oracle is a portent for you. The storm is coming, and you can, if you wish, feel the beautiful, exhilarating gift of it as you are empowered to cast aside what has been and receive the gift of the fresh, new take on things. Your confidence is to remain intact. Whatever is happening or soon will happen in your life, this storm of sorts is transformational and supportive of your growth. It is going to clear away cobwebs and free you, open you to new creative energy and life. Remember, there can be no rainbows without a little rain. This oracle is also confirmation that if you have been praying for help, your prayers have been heard, and the great creative intelligence of our universe is responding to you, stepping in and shaking things up so that situations can be sorted out according to a greater wisdom. So let go. Hold on to your inner self and allow everything to be cleansed in the sacred storm. Pretty beautiful. Okay. 19. I like this card. So dream a beautiful dream. The urge to create is the same within you as it is for the universal creator. It also has the same magical ability to draw harmony into being and find beautiful order in chaos. This includes bringing harmony and perfect balance of well-being into your body, mind, and emotions. This is also the part of you that wants to dream of beauty and bring it to life in as many ways as possible. In how you eat, dress, look, behave, make love, create art, relate to your community, write your poetry by moonlight or bathe by candlelight. If you have come to believe that your love of beauty is superficial rather than a genuine expression of your heart's appreciation of symmetry, harmony, and grace, then you may block your ability to create harmony in your life. You may believe it is an unworthy goal, yet beauty, genuine beauty rather than superficial glamour, flows from within. It is the expression of radiance within the heart and love of life. If you have struggled with the obsessive attitude towards beauty that tends to prevail in human culture, then it is time to look to nature instead. Her beauty is boundless, quirky, and endlessly diverse. If you feel blocked, thwarted, or contaminated by others in your quest to bring your beautiful dreams to life, you may feel that your heart is dulled, minimized, or shut down. Ugh. Small-mindedness can limit beauty to a very narrow physical sense. However, this is what I would do. I do. However, you can shun the social disease of superficial, narrow definitions of beauty, thumb your nose at airbrushed images, and dare to love what is. Honoring nature is one example. Give yourself permission to feel and be beautiful in many ways. You can feel harmony outside of what is supposed to be harmonious. I think this is touching on what I was saying about quieting and kind of taking our energy back. Okay, so if you are brave and wild enough, you can even find beauty and harmony amongst chaos of change. Sensing that change is just the creative process kicking into gear, realizing there is nothing to fear, even greater beauty, harmony, surrender, and grace to the experience of life creating itself in more stunning forms through you. You are meant to dream of beauty and create beauty in its far more holistic and creative definition. Beauty is meant to soothe the soul, inspire thoughts of love, devotion, and appreciation, and to balance the nervous system. These are healing effects, healing for the creator and those that receive it. They are worthwhile. They are not meaningless, impractical, flippant, or trivial. A world without the beauty of art in all its various and unique interpretations would be a less colorful, less vibrant, less cheeky, and less healing place to be. Time that you spend dreaming of beauty and allowing it to be born through you in various heart-centered ways is worthwhile. Don't disregard it or discount it. The most beautiful dreams can inspire the practical, hardworking dedication required to bring them to life for the betterment of the world. This oracle comes with a particular message for you. There is a situation in your life right now where you feel uncertain about your ability to fix or heal. Your lack of inspiration to be able to imagine it differently than how it currently seems to be. You may therefore feel inhibited in your ability to bring about constructive change. However, the perfect beauty of this situation is not reveled by what you attempt to do, or through trying to impose the right dream upon it. It is to be healed and perfected into all that it can be through the revelation of beauty that already lies within it. This happens when we accept the existence of inner harmony in all creation, even if it cannot be concisely observed. By expecting there to be beauty within a situation, even if it's hidden, You will be more open to seeing the healing potential, even in your challenges. Don't attempt to force the situation or issue to take the right shape. Instead, ask it to show its beauty to you. This might apply to your body, to your relationship, to your finances, to your work situation, a new creative project, or anything else. From this place of inquiry, you will begin to grasp the creative genius of what is and unveil not only its potential beauty, but how perfect it is for you at this time, just as it is. In opening up to the beauty within yourself and your circumstances, you also open up to change. What we accept can change most easily. It is when we resist or deny that change slows down and suffering persists. You can overcome resistance and denial by approaching it with a curious mind, an open heart, and a healing process. That's fucking amazing. Wow. 42. Okay. The word wants to be written. Okay. You might have been taught that creativity is something you have to work hard to access, or that finding your life purpose is so difficult that you must search high and low for it. Yet what you are is within you and wants to come out at every available opportunity. You don't have to struggle so much. It is more about allowing space for it to manifest and to let the energy flow. The struggle is not in finding something. It is more about letting go of the idea that you need to search for your path in the first place. You see, the process of activating your life path is a natural one. The effort is in getting out of the way, not in making something happen. Like breathing. We just do it. As far as for being yourself, that is the foundation for which your true life path will reveal itself. Being yourself becomes easier when you give yourself permission to love, honor, and accept yourself in all circumstances, especially the ones where you might be more tempted to reject or judge. Give the sacred rebel within the opportunity to decide your values, irrespective of whether they meet with general social acceptance. This oracle brings you a message that what you are dreaming of or seeking to do, create, live, or manifest is actually very natural for you. That is why you want to do it. If you experience controlling or manipulative forces as you were growing up, you would have found it hard to access your natural state at the time. You would have been too busy trying to adapt and get through the trials of childhood. When you finished navigating childhood and started to let go of who you were taught to be in order to become who you really are, you may have found your life path was not easily accessible. That is simply because your true and natural self was covered by layers of shame and early conditioning that had to be other than you in order to win, love, or be acceptable. However, the natural self hasn't gone anywhere. It is still within you. Now it's just about chipping away at the walls of shame, perhaps with defiant, who the hell cares, and I am here and I'm going to love myself anyway. This allows you to risk bearing at the feeling of any shame that arises as you release old emotional wounds and break away any restraints to unconditional love. The sacred rebel within can empower you to love yourself no matter what, simply because you want to. You might decide to declare, I am still lovable, so put it in your pipe and smoke it. Okay, that's my spot. This oracle brings you the guidance that you are now powerful enough to break the cycle I'm not going to read anything more because that's what I was saying. It's just this transformation. We have it. We have it. We are the power. We are the energy. We are what propels us forward. All right, so 14. How long is this? 40 minutes. Maybe it's needed right now. I don't know. Going beyond the normal. On the path of life, there are deciding moments when we can choose to go with the mainstream, when we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic and trusting way, even if it seems riskier or less safe. To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysterious and magical is a recipe for existence that is far too dry. The sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. You are currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is about balance. It is less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or architecture, and more about integrating all approaches so that you can enhance rather than hinder your life journey. Placing science or architecture above all else kills off the rebellious heart. Steadfastly relying on logic, proof, and a complete set of plans to measure and dictate outcomes will suffocate the soul. Basing decisions on limited factors with an imbalanced measure of success is unnecessarily limiting. This approach prevents us from living freely, spontaneously, and with trust so that we can rebel against the need for things to go strictly according to plan. Choose to value decisions based on passion and instinct and trust in life enough to embrace it as an adventure and let it unfold as it will. There is a time and a place for logic, strategy, planning, and measurable outcomes. These are not bad tools to have, but we must be vigilant not to worship them or allow them to quash our less rational but equally valuable decision-making tools, intuition, feelings, and those things you know without knowing how you know them. The flowing, inspirational energy of the heart may have no conceivable basis in logic or reason and still be uncannily accurate. Instinct, passion, and intuition. To remain rebellious, we must not sacrifice the art of emotion, instinct, passion, and intuition for the science of logic and strict planning. On the other hand, gardening and art do provide us with a plan, albeit more loosely held. This plan still requires us to set aside time, to draw upon reliable methods, and to prepare with certain tools. However, there is also a healthy dose of organic flow, responsiveness, and trust in the creative process of bringing something to life. This leads to the cultivation of the most beautiful, abundant, and successful garden and the most vivid healing art. You are being asked to stay open to the intuitive approach of your life, your work, your creativity, as well as your spiritual journey. The intuitive approach can be likened to the method of a gardener or an artist. There is a sense of what might work where, and a loose or even a detailed plan, but how the plan is carried out will depend on and respond to the flow of its surroundings. Remember how I was talking about flow the other night? There is something about this fluid word and flow, kind of harkening back on what I was saying in the beginning of this. 44. So here we go. There is a sense of what might work. There is no need to control the situation, but rather a desire to nurture an idea to fruition. You may have pressures around you from the world, from your own conditioned nature, to do things according to the rules, to a deadline, or to the accepted mainstream view that you need a well thought out plan for success in a commercial venture. However, sometimes the best plan is to do what feels intuitively truthful in the moment and to trust that you are being led towards your own growth. Adopting this approach means you have to do far less planning and far more living. It is a pure and heart-centered way to manifest your art, your life path, your essence into practical expression into the world. This involves a willingness to be led by nature instead of trying to control the powerful force of life, which is a bit like trying to fit a proverbial ocean in a teacup. It is far more intelligent to allow the ocean to be the ocean and learn to swim in it rather than trying to cram it into a vessel that is much too small. Holy F. You are moving outside of the plan. You are living on the border of what is socially accepted. This is good. This is fringe-dwelling freedom. Others might not see this about you straight away, as you seem pretty normal, but that secret eccentric streak is just waiting to show itself. And maybe you are an out and proud fringe dweller, completely comfortable in this way of being. Yeah. I lost my spot. Oh, well, I think that's enough, right? That's enough. We don't need to read more. Yeah, we don't need to read more. Okay, goodbye. That's a very long video.